Hey guys, I'm Caleb with Ranger's Northstar BBQ. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious pulled pork sandwich. We're going to start with this 10-pound bone-in pork shoulder. I got this at work today. When you do pulled pork, you really do want to get a bone-in pork shoulder, okay? Because that bone is going to act as an internal thermometer. Once you smoke your meat and that bone can just pull right out and it's completely clean, you know it's done. To make a pulled pork sandwich, it's super easy, really difficult to mess it up. So today, I'm going to show you what to do. Today we're using D's Nuts Meat Church Barbecue Rub. I have not used this rub too often, hardly ever use it. However, I found it today in my spice cabinet. I'm like, hey, you know what? This is going to be really good on pork. I have not really used this one all that often. Let's give it a shot and find out what it's really like. So, let's get on it. Alright, we're going to take our pork shoulder and we're going to score it. Right on that fat cap. Then we're going to flip it and we're going to do a cross section. We're going to use yellow mustard as a binder. Just going to rub that in there. Make sure you want to get all sides. That way that seasoning will really stick to the meat. Now we're going to hit it with our barbecue rub. Going to get the fat cap first. Really get into those cracks and crevices right there. But really the reason why we score the fat cap is just to help that smoke penetrate the meat a little bit better. Okay. We're going to flip it and then we're going to hit our sides with the barbecue rub. Then finally we'll hit the top with the barbecue rub. Now we got our pork butt seasoned up. Now we're going to let this get in the fridge to adhere overnight. Let that seasoning really just sweat in there and just make it all better. We'll get it on the smoker in the morning. Alrighty guys, it's early in the morning. Let's get our fire started. Alright guys, our smoker is up to temp at 275, so we are going to get our pork shoulder on. We got two here because I'm also filming two videos at the same time. Alright guys, get your pork butt on, fat side up. Alright, then get her closed up. That's right, we're doing the cabinet today. Throw another bit of a log into here. Alright guys, our pecan pork shoulder just hit 165 degrees internal, so we're going to wrap it. So we're going to wrap this in a little bit different than a brisket and ribs. When I wrap pork shoulders, I do it in an aluminum pan because I like to add a bunch of stuff to it. We're going to add 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar and another 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Next we're going to hit it with hot honey. Then we're going to add in a stick of butter. There's half a stick, and there's the other half of the stick. And finally, we're going to hit it with some Welch's grape juice. Not too much, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. We do this because when we wrap it and put it back on the smoker, that Welch's grape juice is just going to steam up and just help moisturize the meat even more. I do this for my competition. And then we wrap. Alright guys, so we just got our wrapped pork butt back on the smoker. We're putting it over in the hot spot because it's going to reach that stall stage pretty quick, and when it hits that, we want it to keep going. Alright guys, so our pork shoulder has been resting for the last 2 hours, so we're going to get ready to pull this thing apart. Alright guys, we're going to pull the bone out here. Oh yeah, see when it comes out clean like that? You know it's done. It's an internal thermometer. Oh yeah, got a nice smoke ring around there. Now guys, we're just gonna pull it apart just like so. This thing does not require any knives, everyone, because this meat shreds like butter. Pulls apart like butter too. Super juicy, super moist. That is a fine amount of pulled pork right there. I mean, look at this, guys. Just take that and just squeeze it and it just shreds. It just pulls itself apart. Alright guys, next we're just going to do a little bit of dusting. We're going to sprinkle on a little bit more of that pecan rub. A little trick I learned, just to give it a bit more flavor, because you can't flavor the inside of this thing when you smoke it. Then go ahead and just mix it all back together. Alright everyone, now that we've got our cast iron pan really hot, we're going to take some hamburger buns that we greased up with some mayo, and we're just going to put them down and let these buns toast up. Now that we got our buns toasted up, we're just going to put some pulled pork on here. We're going to hit it with some barbecue sauce. Sorry guys, I actually already took a bite for the reel. I'm going to move that over there. This is a really good pulled pork sandwich. It's flavorful, it's got that little bit of sweetness in there. Got some saltiness in there, it's really good, real savory. And this pork is just melt in your mouth. Juicy. So to recap guys, we took a 10-pound pork shoulder, scored the fat end cap, used yellow mustard as a binder, seasoned up with Meat Church Pecan Deez Nuts barbecue rub. Let the seasoning adhere in the fridge overnight onto that meat. We smoked on white oak on the Black Bullet smoker pit for about, I would say, 8 hours. Let the meat rest for an hour and a half, and it just completely pulled apart. It was a very simple recipe for this. For the juices and to give it more flavor, we used a stick of butter, some Welch's grape juice, some hot honey, and a little bit of brown sugar. I use the same stuff for ribs. That stuff goes really well with pork. Instead of wrapping normally, we covered it in an aluminum pan with all that extra stuff, and it just added so much flavor to this pork. Just made it so much more juicy, so much more tender. This pork right here, this pulled pork, this is where it's at. If you guys like what you see here, you guys can leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me over on TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram. The website for Ranger's Northstar BBQ is now live, so if you guys want to go check that out, go right ahead. It's awesome. I'll see you guys later.